Creative Assembly, dog and DLC breeders, for all your dog and dog shit DLC desires. How can I help? Yes, this is Blade and I want dog. You have dog? Sure. DLC or non-DLC? You sell non also? No, but I just want dog. How much for dog? A regular dog will cost you 500, but you can get a premium dog for 500? No, 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 my uncle can give me for 200. Give me best price. Yeah, I guess we can bring the price down to 300. Okay, 300 is good. I'm coming to buy now. Okay, bye. What's up, guys? Blade Master here. Going to be bringing you another Total War Rome 2 1v1. This is yet another fought in Blade Balance. I am fighting up against Jaw. Against Jaw yet again. Actually, it's been a while since I played against Jaw. Other people have fought Jaw, and I've brought that on the channel very recently. This match is going to be played in Kolkis. Sorry. Fucking hell. This match is going to be played in Migdol, not Kolkis. Wow, I suck. Migdol is a different map than the usual, but it's definitely it's a preset map, but not hardly anyone uses it. But the map is provided in the minimap is provided in the bottom left of the screen. I have taken Arverni and he has taken Iceni in this match, and it's going to be a very interesting match because there's going to be a number of different things that come into any sort of barbarian engagement against Iceni in Blade Balance, because Iceni, of course, now have the Britain Slingers who have quick reload. Britain Slingers always were there, but they didn't have quick reload, and Britain Slingers, they have a very decent missile damage. This is not the shitty 21, I think, or 20 missile damage that the Celtic Slingers have. It's the 23, slightly higher, more AP damage, more armor penetrating damage, and now with quick reload, they really can focus fire on one and just destroy any sort of barbarian unit. Jaws brought 3 of them, and it looks like he's brought a mix of Chosen Swordband and Heroic Nobles. I think 2 or 3 Heroic Nobles. I think 3 is a good number of Heroic Nobles to bring for Iceni against Arverni or any barbarian army, because that's really where you'd want to capitalize. Your Chosen Swordsman won't really do very well compared to the others. They'll perform admirably, but it's not going to be enough, basically. The Veteran Riders are another area where the Iceni need are going to, are not as good as the rest of the barbarian factions. That's probably their biggest disadvantage. Not great units, only have a 10 bonus versus cavalry. Maybe I might just buff these guys, but I don't know. It's I'm going to have to play a couple more games with and against Iceni before I make my decision on that. It looks like he's brought like 4 or 5 Chosen Swordband and a couple of Heroic Nobles, and he's also brought some painted ones as well. On the other hand, I have brought some dogs. Yeah, the fucking 500 talent dogs. Nope, they cost 300 talents now. We've reduced the cost of dogs by 200 all across the board. You can see I brought 2 Levy Freemen besides them, a total of 3 dogs. The Levy Freemen wasting some of their javelins on the Britain Slingers, who bait a fair number of these jabs. I brought, I think, 3 dogs, a couple of 3 heavy horse. And I've brought 3 Chosen Swordsmen, a couple of Oathsworn, and a couple of Naked Warriors, which is going to make this battle a lot more interesting. The Naked Warriors can get slaughtered by the Britain Slingers, so I'm going to have to protect them, and that's exactly what I'm doing here with the Chosen Spearmen. I brought a couple of Chosen Spearmen, and these guys will be essential if Iceni brings chariots, and Iceni didn't bring any chariots, luckily this time. I've also brought a stray Celtic warrior that I'm going to keep behind my line. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, actually. 4 heavy horse. So it's going to be pretty standard rush, but hopefully I'll be able to show you guys the newfound strength of the Naked Warriors. There's a reason why I brought these guys. They now have Scare, which I think was there before, but it got removed. I don't remember a lot of early Rome 2, but I do remember the Naked Warriors were significantly more powerful. They do have a good bonus versus infantry, but right now, without Scare, they just don't perform as much as their cost, or as effectively as their cost indicates them to be. Here, just some standard Chosen Swordsman versus Chosen Swordband. Both of these guys, not the strongest mid-tier barbarians. Here I'm going to use my Levy Freeman to catch one of his Chosen Swordsman, and meanwhile I'm going to rear charge with this Chosen Swordsman. They get around 10 kills of their javelin volleys, and this Chosen Swordsman is dying very quickly now. Heavy Horse charged into the Chosen Swordband, and then the Chosen Swordman going to come in. But they are losing the battle all across the board because the shield wall has been popped. I'm using Headhunt and Shield Wall with my Oathsworn on the other hand against his Chosen Swordband. And looks like his Britain Slingers have been getting a fair few kills here. Now my Chosen Swordsman is charging into the Chosen Swordband, And here my Oathsworn is getting into the left-hand flank. I'm using my, I haven't popped the dogs out yet. I haven't let the dogs out, not popped the dogs out. That just sounds weird. Here I'm going to use my Heavy Horse to get a second rear charge at this chosen sword band. The tactic that I like to use in a barbarian engagement is to just create a hole somehow by just targeting one unit. It doesn't have to be the strongest unit or anything. Here I'm going to use my Heavy Horse to charge straight into a Painted Ones. The Painted Ones have popped Frenzy, but they are not going to withstand any sort of charge from these guys. Painted Ones here also get charged at by the Heavy Horse, and that Painted One is basically dead. That's like 500 talents that's gone down the drain for them. And here the Chosen Swordsman is performing more admirably now against the Heavy Horse. Against the Chosen Swordman. Here my Chosen Spearman is going to come in. It doesn't look like they have an attack order, so they're going to eat the charge from this Heroic Noble. Meanwhile, the dogs are attacking the Veteran Riders here. While I try and pull away with my Heavy Horse, I think that was my plan with these guys. My Naked Warriors still haven't come into the mix, and neither have two of my other dogs. They're just moving around the flanks, and yeah, these dogs as well are not doing anything. So poked a hole through. My Naked Warriors come in for the first charge. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to bring you that charge because I suck, and this literally is Blade. This is my shame. This is how ashamed I am that I wasn't able to bring you that devastating charge from the Naked Warriors. I'm sorry. Also had to grab a quick screenshot for the video. So Naked Warriors here get 35 kills with Frenzy on Chosen Swordband, which is pretty strong. And the Naked Warriors over here are going to get a rear charge onto Painted Ones. And they're going to get a fuck ton of kills on these Painted Ones. With a rear charge from the Heavy Horse, you can see a lot of these guys are wavering, attacked in the rear, shaken, attacked in the rear, because the Naked Warriors now have fear. So that gives that gives timely Heavy Horse charge that much more of an impact. Here popping Unity of the Tribes, which increases morale, and Relentless, which increases attack. A bit too late. My General is doing pretty decently, has gotten 102 kills, but the fact that it's in the forest means my Heavy Horse rear charges are not going to be as effective as I want them to be. The Britain Slingers haven't really done much, and he hasn't used Quick Reload on them either. You can see that they're still fresh. But they're firing into my Heavy Horse, but his Veteran Riders are going to die in the process. I've sicked the dogs onto the Slingers, so they are going to come in through the forest. And look at how quick these guys are. Holy shit. And they're just going to rough these Slingers up real good. Whoops, sorry. So the Slingers will die, but they won't die at the quickest, which is just kind of concerned. The Naked Warriors pulling them back because after the charge, not going to be very useful. And here, the Ambushers, a nasty little surprise by Jaw, are coming in from behind, but I use my dogs to quickly just catch them, and as well as the Heavy Horse. So the Naked Warriors are going to come in for a charge against already held down Ambushers. And then the Naked Warriors are going to get that single experience chevron there. Haven't lost like any men here. These guys are already steady now. Even though they're at 88 men, they don't have the greatest morale. And so that's perfect. These Naked Warriors are perfect against units like these. So Ambusher is going to die very quickly. And here, the Britain Slingers, I think he popped, he popped Quick Reload at literally the last second. But they were already engaged by the dogs, so they are basically dead now. The General is dying. He's not doing too well. The Chosen Spearmen have done quite admirably here. I'm going to come in for a rear charge, and the Heroic Noble General is not looking very good at this point. The Chosen Swordsmen haven't done too well. I mean, they've done okay. It's just that, Chosen Swordband are also a very decent barbarian mid-tier infantry. I needed the Naked Warriors to work, and I needed the dogs to work. And I think the dogs worked in more of a strategic sense, and the Naked Warriors worked in more of a brute force, shove this sword while I'm naked into you, sexual innuendo kind of way. 71 kills with these guys. The other ones getting smashing a lot of kills there. Around 143 kills with these guys, and haven't lost many men at all. Of course, I think the Heavy Horse probably in any match against Iceni, the Heavy Horse, if they're used well, will probably win you the game. But I think the Britain Slingers, if used well, can turn the tide around, especially if they target the right units. Like, for example, in this case, the Naked Warriors, who proved to be quite a nuisance. And here the Heroic Nobles has done really well. My General hasn't done too well. And honestly, if you look at the mid-tier engagement, the mid-tier swords engagement, which is usually the critical point of a battle, it was very very even for the most part. It was at the flanks where it was lost for Iceni, and I think if he used the Britain slingers to just poke a hole through the middle, then I wouldn't be able to crumble through his flanks as quickly as I did. Wow, I was about to reach for a fucking an empty beer bottle that was filled with ash for a sip. But no, found the right bottle. It's all about that left, y'all. Ah, damn, that shit's refreshing though. Oh, that shit's refreshing. Maybe I should use this as a pick. I'm the artist. A dog and a man. That's what I should call the video. A dog and a man. Just some spastic back and forth, hitting K all way too many times. And the heroic nobles, he's popped Oath's headhunt at the right time, and that means they're going to be unbreakable for now. But just look at the number of units left. There's no way that they're going to be able to do much. The chosen swordsmen have they did okay at the end. Like I mentioned like 300 times before. Sorry, you can see the swordsman over here, 87 kills and 111 kills, 31 with one. One of my chosen spearmen, I didn't use them. The lack of micro, oh god. But I did use my dogs pretty decently. 56 kills, 92, 95. One of them got a single XP chevron. At 300 talents now, they are actually kind of worth it because you use 300 talents, you get a unit that will just keep chasing after enemy units and kill them off. Can be used very very easily against slingers, but can be thwarted just as easily. So I think they're definitely not an early game unit. They have a purpose now because they're cheap, but they have to be used as a mid to late game unit kind of. The heavy horse did most of the heavy lifting, and the naked warriors definitely paid off. I think the scare trait is now making them quite useful. Of course, they are always a glass cannon unit, and there's a huge element of risk when you bring them. But if used right, if protected well, I think they can do well. And if not countered by the Britain slingers in this case, they can do very well. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this battle. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. Peace.